It's full moon time, and we are going to do a release your fears with fire ceremony and Reiki. So before any ceremony, you will ground yourself, hands on Reiki on. It's the quickest form of grounding with your breath. I'm going to set an intention for the angels to come in, our guides, our Reiki master, our Reiki guide, the Reiki masters. Hawaii Takata Chujiro Hashi Mika Osui, we call upon you now. We're writing down and letting go of lots of things, depending on what stage you're at. So we had a little workshop. This is more advanced, release your fears with the ceremony. So taking a pen and paper and getting somewhere comfortable. Also, if you do have charcoal, frankincense, and you're a master, and you know how to use these things with symbols, get those. You need to have a charcoal, frankincense, a candle burning, somewhere to put the charcoal. Pen and paper, we're going to write down, release your fears. So get your pen and paper. And also what I do is I actually soak skewers in water and then wait for them to dry so don't burn like tinder. And then I'm going to put your fears on here and we're going to burn them. So I also have a little bowl of water, so you may like to get that as well. And when you're comfortable, get your feet flat, palms up, and I'm going to bring in the Reiki Master symbols for you because we're going to do a little ceremony. We need to be safe. We need our breath to connect. We bring in the 4 master symbols of Reiki because we want physical protection and grounding. We want to take out time and space, and we want to have emotional and spiritual healing. So this is a perfect time to do it, full moon, because the energy of the full moon brings up stuff to clear. So it's an easier time for you to do it. It's a natural process. So you will start with just saying to yourself, I release the need for. And take your pen and paper and just write that down. I release the need for. And then you might just put a couple of, because we're going to list a few things. See, like that? I've got writing like a doctor, haven't I? I know. So neat. I release the need for. And then underneath that, you're going to write, I release the pattern in my subconscious mind that has created this condition. Now you go as far as you want to go, but I'm going to go all the way. So I'm going to go into advanced, and then I'm going to go into releasing old paradigms of love. So hang around until the end, and just whatever comes up for you. So just sitting with your palms up in the state of receiving, feet flat, just closing your eyes and just saying that over and over again. She said, I release the need for, I release the need for, I release the need for, and just notice what comes up. Now here we're using our clairs, not our mind. So your clairvoyance, you might get a picture or a memory. Clairaudience, you might remember the lyrics of a song or some conversation you had, or, you know, some memory of a high-pitched scream or an accident. In your claircognizance, there's a sense of knowing that this is it, that this is what I need to release, and it comes up. And then there's the clairsentience, where you think, I just want to release a feeling. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So just allowing your soul, your heart to connect through the power of this Reiki transmission to collect that. So you're going to use your mind as a tool to detach and actually watch what comes up. And then what you're going to do is grab what you don't like, that you want to release, and you're going to anchor it down onto the earth plane through writing it down on paper. Very, very powerful, especially at this time. So I release the need for. You could say, as we did in the last one, things like habits. So I would release the need for, or the need to. So this comes into addictions as well. So they just showed me I release the need to gamble. I release the need to, it's like spend money. A lot of you out there can't hold on to money because then you're going to release the need for lack of self-worth, right? I release the need to be single. I release the need for pain and trauma in my life. I release the need for any debt. I release the need for, you could say also, I release, I've done this so many times, that's why it's not a lot coming up for me. So they're saying we could release fear here and also resistance. Because I just feel I have a lot of resistance to things. So I'm going to do this as well. I release any resistance to exercising daily, to meditating easily and often. Release the need to be... So then you could say I release any feelings, the need for any feelings of anxiety, depression. We release any feelings of unworthiness. Going into the more advanced is releasing the pattern in my subconscious mind that has created this condition. There's just a few things I'm going to add in here for help with if you're up to this stage. I release, so all pain from my energetic matrix, including pain or karma. I'm going to say pain or karmic bonds from my bloodlines, my bloodline, from my DNA family. And just say in this life or any other. The other thing we need to release is I release all fear of being persecuted for speaking my truth. With love, of course, with love. So just writing, keep breathing. I release the need for, I'm just saying this so it prompts you, for any fat, any fat, salt or sugar, I don't know why I'm saying that, in my diet. So we want to also, that's the other thing, I release any need for narcissistic abuse, symptoms of, ooh, got goosebumps, codependency, you can actually comment below and just say any extra things that you got, because it really helps when somebody else says, you go, oh yes, I want that one. So any narcissistic abuse, any symptoms of codependency or love addiction. I now release all addictions from my life and ask Uriel, Archangel Uriel, the psychological angel, is with you day and night for free. You just have to ask, right? So he's your psychologist who's available to you all the time. So you pour out your heart to Uriel. He's your psychological angel come in to help you heal. So we now release all that pain and ask Uriel to clear it from our heart, mind, and psychic aura in all directions of space and time. So I'm just going to do another three big deep breaths and just finish writing in these breaths. If you feel so inclined, they just gave me another one. It's just a massive full moon. We're releasing genetic coding patterns that we've stored. We're releasing karmic bonds that are being absolved. We're releasing past life karma and pain. And then we're doing it on the bloodlines. And then we're doing it on the collective energy of the masculine and the feminine. Forgot what I was going to do then. I release the need. Oh, yes. So if you feel so inclined, we're going to also now release any vows that you made in any past lives. So I release all vows of poverty, chastity, self-sabotage, or disconnection to source. We now cut these vows and release them in all directions of space and time. So Kuan Yin just came in, and this is to replace that with compassion, with forgiveness. And in Reiki we actually have a Kuan Yin symbol, so I'm just giving it to you now. It's called compassion. It's called Kuan Yin. And it goes like this. It's really beautiful. It's one of my favourite symbols, and it just brings harmony and compassion in place of this releasing. So you only do as much as you can do. So when you've written enough, right, you could say I release the need for arguments with so-and-so, or I release the need to have any feelings of disassociation. Remember the feelings? So we're releasing the feelings, we're releasing resistance, we're releasing genetic patterns and codings. So the final one, we're going to do it. I have to write it down. Is I now release. Sorry, I'm being channeled, right? So that's why it comes through. So don't prepare it. It's organic and it's for you, the listeners. So we tune in. It's like tuning in as a collective. It's like a collective shabam. So we now release the old paradigm of relationships. We now release, so it's now, we're doing it, we now release the old template of love and union or marriage. And this is where we're talking about relationships as in romantic relationships. How till death do us part maybe isn't sustainable, as we've proven in the long term. So as with me, you'll know if you've been with me in many of my classes or been with me for a while, like I only will share with you what has worked for me. So this works, but if you don't do it, it's not going to work. So we're going to get our soaked up alala that's dried, secure, and then you rip, so I didn't tell you, into pieces. So you take your piece of paper and just rip it into shreds like this, and then actually do this. Now I'm doing this with you, right, because I want you to say the right thing when you burn it, because it's really important. Did you hear that? So we did this, a really powerful one, on the full moon in Bali, if those of you who remember. I went to Bali with my retreat, and it was very, very powerful. We handed it over to our ancestors because they're very spiritual over there, and they were lighting. They talk to their ancestors every day. I think they do it morning and night. We had a driver, and I was saying to him, your mum's here, because they're really spiritual. He goes and talks to his mum on the other side. She'd passed. And I said, she keeps saying to me, which is, I got goosebumps now. So just asking Archangel Michael to come in, because we're clearing this. But I said to him, one day we're driving, and I said, I think your mum's here from the other side, which you normally wouldn't say to anybody. Well, I wouldn't. And he goes, oh, yeah, mum, I went to, it was something, a ceremony last night. I can't understand what he was saying. And I said, well, she kept saying to me, ask him what day it is. She keeps saying it was the night before. And I said, so what day is it? And he goes, it's my birthday. I was like, oh my gosh, I had never thought of that. I kept telling her to be quiet, go away. You know, you think you're imagining these things. And then we had like a lovely day, but I thought he was so open to hearing it that it was so easy and it just flowed. So we're going to look for fire now. And we're going to, my candle here. Right, so I've got a little candle lit. Doesn't seem to be enough spark. So we're just going to put it on here, but I've got the bottle of water. Oh yes, we're going to spark. Right, so I'm just going to open my window. Make sure there's no children around or animals. And you set it alight like this. And then we're going to say, I now release. I now release all pain, all genetic coding, all fears from this life or any other, all vows of poverty or chastity. We now hand this over to our ancestors, and we ask it to be transmuted into love and light. We release this with love. So now I'm putting it just in here, see, in here. I'm going to put it in water. So I burn it, and then I drown it, and then I bury it. So I'm just going to bring you in some sealing energy. Christos, Christos, Christos. And we ask that in this place of this releasing through our genetics and through our energy field today, that we be infused with Reiki through Bella or from your guardian angel, accept love, or receive it straight from source through your higher self, through your crown. And that this be infused now, the space we've created with any releasing, with love, and with the space to bring in the new divine love template. We want to thank the guides, angels and masters for being here. We thank you, Archangel Michael, especially, as we know you're with us at this time and overseeing us, and you're available to us 24 hours, 7 days a week. And all we have to do is ask. So we call upon you now to surround us with your protective cloak and shield, your blue shield. And we ask for your sword and your shield of protection to be by our side day and night. So I haven't lit the frankincense because it wasn't needed. You need that when it's a big boost. So maybe I'll do it in one of my later videos. But I want to let you know to take it easy in the next couple of days, because what you release comes back to test you for one last goodbye. So it must be grounded, and then it won't affect you. If your energy's up here, it can bowl you over underneath. If you're not protected in the crown, they can, energy can come in here and cause distress. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for your time and your attention, and I'll see you in the next video or in a personal reading or healing. Love you, bye.